Hey, what is going on everybody? It's Steven here and welcome back to another Chinese smartphone review. So today here's a quick follow-up video on the LG G3 clones. I've now ordered a second one, but this time from Hojo Shen from the H-Gate, so not LiveMall. And yeah, this one here is a bit different and comes in a different color. And I just wanted to order a second one just to see if the quality varies, and also because I've cracked the screen on the first one, as you've seen in my dismantling video. But anyways, we'll destroy this one also, so on the shooting range, but yeah, just stay tuned guys. Now today I want to do just a quick follow-up video, and let's just talk about some other things which I have not covered in the full review of the LG G3 clone, which you can see also if you check out the link down below. So actually I already have done a review on that smartphone, but this is just a follow-up, and today we're going to have a look at some other things like the battery, the whole build quality and some other stuff. Alright ladies and gentlemen, so let's just go and let's talk about the specs of the smartphone. Now this smartphone is a one-to-one replica, but one-to-one is just regarding the design of the smartphone, so it's just a stolen design from LG, but the internals are totally different. All in all, it can't compete with the LG G3. So the LG G3 comes with so nice technology, laser autofocus, 2K display, 4K camera, and a really nice processor. And this China ripoff here comes with a quad-core MTK processor, which is quite slow, also just 1GB of RAM, 8GB of ROM, a 720p display with some very strange viewing angles, and also the build quality is not really good. So in my opinion, there are better phones for $140. So usually the quality of one-to-one clones is very bad. Just imagine the iPhone clones, so the battery lifetime totally sucks and also the build quality. But I have to say on the LG G3 clone here, the build quality is quite okay. And also the software, so Android here looks pretty nice. So yeah, let's just go and let's have a look at the smartphone, because this is probably one of the best clones I've ever had. Now as always, just a quick unboxing to start here. And yes, just a little disclaimer, this is not a real LG G3, even though you can see all the logos here. So this is just a replica, and you can see here the quality of the charging accessories, not that good like on the real one here. It looks a bit deformed. And yeah, I always replace the charging accessories, so I use my own chargers because I don't trust those Chinese chargers. Then here's also a quick starter guide or user manual, comes with the LG logos, maybe the real one or just a copy. But yeah, I'm not going to use this. Then here we also have the battery, and this time we'll have a closer look at the battery, because the battery lifetime on that clone is absolutely horrible. Now, not even one day, just about 6 to 7 hours and then it's dead. Then let's have a look at the headset, and here we have the headset, and I've tested it for 1 week, so I have 2 of them. And yes, the quality is not really good in my opinion. It comes with a gold-plated 3.5mm connector, and that looks pretty good. But I have to say the sound quality not that good, so I have also replaced the headset, and I'm using my Meze headset, so I have already done a review on it, so you can check it out, and it's totally awesome. I'm also using it on the PS4. Then here we have the charger, and I'm not sure if the real charger looks like this, but I think yes. And here you can see a stick on the charger, and yes, I wouldn't trust it because the charger is very lightweight, and also some gaps here in the plastic, so it doesn't look really good. And I'm using my own charging accessories, so I have a lot of chargers from Aukey, and if you want to have a look at some Chinese chargers, then check them out because they are really great. Alright, so basically now that's it, and let's have a look at the clone. Alright guys, now here you can see the clone, and yes, on the first look it really looks like the LG G3, but there are many differences which I want to show you in this video. Now first of all, from the back side it really looks like the real deal. And I think also the back cover is the real one, but just the buttons are very different. Then now let's have a look at the display, because the display is really strange. Now it's definitely 720p, so the resolution looks quite okay, but the colors and the viewing angles look really strange. Now if I hold the smartphone like this, then you can see it turns yellow, so it has a very yellow tint. And if I just turn it here and hold it like this, then you can see it's actually white. So it really depends on how you look at the display, and that's something which I really don't like. So I really like the real screen of the real LG G3, because 2K screen with some nice colors is definitely awesome. But yeah, the glass here and also the logo at the bottom looks like the real one. The resolution is also quite okay, but you definitely see that it's just 720p and not a 2K screen, and yeah, also the colors here look a bit strange. At the top we have a front-facing camera, I guess something like 2 or 3 megapixels, maybe a bit more, and also a light and proximity sensor and a notification LED. Then the backside, as I've said before, looks very identical. And I also had the real LG G3, and the buttons on the backside are a bit different, so they're more curved. Then here you can see the buttons are very flat, and as I've said, the buttons on the real one are just a bit more curved. But except of this, it looks very identical. And you can see here also the rear camera, the dual LED flash, which is by the way very bright and drains a lot of power. And also right over here the fake laser autofocus, which is just a plastic cover and has absolutely no functionality. Yeah, that's it. Here at the bottom we have the speaker grid, which looks also very identical to the real one. And here we have the slot to remove the back cover. So the back cover is removable, as we'll do a bit later. Then here at the bottom we have a 3.5mm headphone jack, a bottom microphone which is working, and the micro USB port to connect it to the computer or charge it. At the top we also have some stuff, but this is just fake. So we have here a fake IR blaster and a fake top microphone. So that's just a hole in the cover with absolutely no functionality. Now, yeah, all in all, it looks very identical to the real one. But yeah, as you can see, it's not the real one because sometimes it just hangs up. Then you have to press the power button on the backside to lock it, unlock it again, and then it works again. So this can get really annoying, and I absolutely hate it. But yeah, that's it. Now I would say let's remove the back cover and let's check out what it has under the hood. Alright, I have now removed the battery and the back cover, and this is how it looks like. So let's have a look at the components. Now here you can see also the antennas in the right top corner, left top corner, and yeah, they look quite okay. We also have the golden contacts here for wireless charging, but I'm not sure if they're working. Here you can see the dual slot for micro SD cards and also a micro SIM, and it supports 64GB SD cards. That works perfectly nice. The buttons here, just a close-up, they look a bit different as you've seen before. Here we have a sticker with one IMEI, that's because it's a single SIM phone. And at the bottom here we have the speaker. Now all in all it looks very identical to the real one, and it also is compatible with the real battery. But now let's have a look at the battery which is included. Now there we go guys, let's do a quick battery test. In the middle we have a scale, on the left side we have the fake LG G3 battery, and on the right side we have the real Samsung Galaxy Note 4 battery. So let's have a look at the fake battery here. It claims to have about 3000 mAh of capacity. Now yeah, it's quite thick and it feels quite heavy. But yeah, let's just put it on the scale and let's see how much grams it weighs, because I want to compare it with the real Samsung Galaxy Note 4 battery. And as you can see, this battery weighs about 43 grams, which is not that much, because if we have a look at the Galaxy Note 4 battery right over here, which should have something like 3200 mAh I guess, so let's have a look at the backside here. And yes, that's the original battery. As you can see, it comes with the NFC antenna loop, and here you can see the capacity should be something like 3220 mAh. But yeah, let's put it on the scale and let's see how much grams it weighs, and there we go. And it's about 53 grams. And yes, that could be correct, because I have tested once a GRU G4S, and the capacity was about 2800 mAh measured, and it did weigh something like 52 grams. And this one here, so the fake battery, just weighs about 33 grams, which is definitely not enough. So I guess the capacity will be something like maximum 2000 mAh, because also the battery lifetime is not even 1 day. And yes, the battery lifetime absolutely sucks on the clone. And also in the future I will do some more battery tests on the clones, because I think that's something really important. So I have now started the smartphone, and I would say let's have a quick look at all the important features on the smartphone. Now first of all, it feels quite smooth here in the home screen, but that's just because I don't have many apps here. And if you have many apps here, also the launcher here gets a bit laggy. So on the golden clone I've had, it was quite laggy after 2 weeks. Then here you can see the Android status bar, and everything is just themed here to look like on the LG G3. You can see here also the Android status bar looks like on the LG G3. We have here all the icons, and we have here Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS, data connection, airplane mode, and here general auto rotation, lock time mode, quiet mode, and also gesture entry. And for instance, the proximity sensor works really good on that smartphone. It detects left and right properly, as you can see, and it's really awesome. But just Smart Pause is absolutely not working, and you should definitely deactivate that feature. So except of some minor bugs, they did a really good job on copying the whole OS. So the theme here looks really good. It looks really like on the LG G3 here. And also here the settings, so they look very identical. Here we have Wi-Fi, and I have to say the Wi-Fi signal is not the best. For instance, I always get here excellent, here get good. in my room in the first floor, I don't get a signal at all. So yeah, Wi-Fi signal on the clone, not the best, but at least it's working. Then the next thing on the list is Bluetooth, and I have to say Bluetooth is working perfectly nice. I have had absolutely no issues with Bluetooth. And we also have a data usage location and some more stuff which we have on every other Android smartphone. So actually there's nothing special. So let's go back here and let's go to device. Here we have audio profiles, display, LED indicator, and it comes with a notification LED. I think it's in the right top corner. And yes, I think it just lights up blue or maybe also red, but you cannot set the colors here in the settings, so I guess it's just blue. Then under personalization we have security settings, and this phone doesn't support knock code. So knock knock, who is there? Nobody, because it's not working once again. Also on this clone, and it says knock code on the backside of the package, but no, it's not supported. So just the normal things like slide and face unlock and all that crap. Then here we have, for instance, controls, and here we have language and input, so it supports all the languages which Android supports natively. Then here we have Air Browse, Air Call Accept, Smart Screen, and Quick Gesture. And as I've said before, the gestures are working, the only thing which is not working is Smart Pause. Also under General, we have Accounts, so Guest Mode, which I'm not using. I think that's a total stupid feature. But here we have Apps, and yeah, the internal storage is fake. So it says here something like 12 GB free, but this is just multiplied with 4 something, because I've copied 1.2 GB to the smartphone and that was almost full. So the internal storage is total fake. Now the total storage is something like 8 GB and you have something like 4 or 5 GB of internal memory left. Here you can see under running apps some Galaxy S5 applications. So this is from the TouchWiz port from some other clone. So yeah, the ROM is really far away from being perfect. A lot of bugs in here, for instance with the Play Store, which is not working for me. And yeah, also the internal storage is just fake, and it will have a lot of problems if you want to install big applications. So I would definitely recommend to get a SD card like I have here, and then just use Link2SD or something similar to just copy all the apps to the external storage. And if you need root access, you can easily root the smartphone with iRoot. Here under About the Phone you can see it's running Android KitKat, and yes, that's the first revision of that ROM, so I'm not sure if there will be an update, but here we have wireless update, but it always says up to date. Alright ladies and gentlemen, so that were the settings, and let's quickly talk about the main features here. So here we have the dial application, looks like on the LG G3. Regarding the frequencies, you always should compare the frequencies of the smartphone with your frequencies which your provider is using. So you can find them on the box and just ask your provider, are the frequencies working? If not, then the smartphone will not work in your country. Also, this phone doesn't support 4G LTE, so just 3G, and yeah, up to 20 Mbits, nothing more. And here you can hear the speaker quality. Speaker quality, in my opinion, is okay. And the output over the 3.5mm headphone jack is a bit crispy, so in my opinion it could also be better. Here we have the messaging application, so it's a 5-point capacitive touchscreen, and you can see typing here is okay. Feels sometimes due to the theme a bit laggy, so I'm really used to the Galaxy Note 4, but it is smooth as hell, and here it feels a bit laggy. Alright, then here we have the browser, and yeah, for instance if you rotate the screen you have the capacitive buttons here at the bottom, and they also rotate with the screen. Then you have also seen right now that little Smart Pause symbol, and that's really annoying because it doesn't work at all. If you watch a movie then it just stops the movie even though you're looking on the screen, and it just doesn't work, so deactivate it. Also some issues here in the browser with security, but yeah, can be fixed very easy. And that's it. Browsing works kinda nice, it's very smooth, it's a quad-core processor, but yeah, not the fastest one, and also that theme makes it a bit laggy. Then I would say let's have a look at the camera, because in my last review I couldn't show you the camera because yeah, it just went dead. But yeah, we're now here outside in my garden. Let's quickly test the camera here on the LG G3 clone. And surprisingly, the camera feels very smooth. On a lot of clones the camera is very laggy, but that's just because we have here much light outside, and in dark areas the camera gets really laggy, as you will see later. Now we also have here video mode, and you can record videos up to full HD. We'll have a look at the settings a bit later. So let's just stop the video right now, so it's saving it right now. Here we have the shutter. Shutter's pretty fast, also accurate, so with that I mean the focus here, which should focus automatically, but also tap autofocus is working. Then I have now switched to the front-facing camera, and yeah, it looks quite okay on the screen. It's also a bit wide angle, but yeah, on the computer it doesn't look that good. You will later see a front camera test too. So let's go back here. Here we have the gear, so the settings, At the top we have HDR, so you can choose auto on or off. And here we have the megapixel settings, so the resolution. And the camera here says 13 megapixels, and yes, okay, interpolated from 5 or something because it doesn't look that good. Pictures, so close-ups, look absolutely nice, but objects which are more far away get really blurry. Then it can record videos up to full HD. Here we have some effects like monochrome or some other effects which I'm not using at all, and also I would use a different camera application. But yeah, this one here is also quite nice, comes with several effects. Then also here on the left side you can turn off the flash, which you should definitely do in video mode, otherwise it's on all the time. And before it was just lagging and I couldn't switch it off, but yeah, you will just see it a bit later. Then tap autofocus works perfectly nice, also the shutter, and all in all I'm quite satisfied with the camera, but just for a clone, because usually the camera on clones is very bad. But here on this clone it's for casual users just okay, but it's nothing compared to the real camera of the LG G3, which is absolutely dope.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're now here outside and here's a quick test of the rear camera of the LG G3. And as you can see, close-ups look pretty okay here on the screen and I guess also on the computer. But objects which are more far away here don't look that good, they're a bit blurry. And also I found out that the camera gets really laggy if you just want to focus on some dark areas like right over here. Then you can see it's really laggy. I have no idea why. But if you have enough light, then it looks pretty okay and it's really smooth. And also the LED flash is on all the time, and yeah, that's really strange because I cannot turn it off. It's constantly on. Also, if it's really bright, I have no idea why, and this drains a lot of power. But yeah, looks quite okay here, and I would say let's take it for a ride and let's see how it performs. There we go. Alright guys, now here's a quick test of the front-facing camera of the LG G3 clone, and I have to say it looks quite okay here on the smartphone. On the computer it will be quite blurry, I guess, but yeah, looks quite okay. Also it's a bit wide angle, so you can see I'm holding it about half a meter away from me and I'm perfectly in the picture, so that's perfectly nice. And also it's not laggy or shaky, so you can see it's perfectly smooth. But yeah, let's take it for a ride and let's see how it can deal with bigger distances and also with moving objects. So let's go guys.
Oh yeah, so that was the extended camera test, and here's just a quick GPS test. And all in all I have to say GPS on that clone not that good like on the other clone, because sometimes it takes 1 minute to find a fix, also with the GPS fix which I have done. And you can see sometimes it's a bit slow, so you will see it if we reach the corner, then it's just something like 50 meters behind. And also sometimes I'm off the road, so GPS on that clone not really good, but that really depends. On the other clone it was working perfectly fine, but here on this clone not that good. I have really no clue why. Maybe the GPS antenna or the chipset, But yeah, I guess it's sometimes a 50-50 game if you have good GPS or not on a China phone. Alright, so that was the GPS test, and let's go back. We're now here back on the smartphone, and the video today is just a bit shorter because I have already done a long review on that clone, which you can find down below. And yeah, just want to tell you some other things because the Play Store here on this ROM is really bugged. I have no connection all the time, and I really have to reinstall all the Google apps because I cannot connect. And I'm connected to Wi-Fi, so internet is working, but just the Play Store not. Also, Antutu always crashes, also on the other clone. I think they have somehow protected it, or somehow it's not compatible with some other things on the smartphone, but yeah, it's just crashing. Also, if you clear the cache, reinstall. So I cannot do benchmarks with Antutu. But I have done a Geekbench benchmark on the other clone, which you can check out if you want to. But the performance is quite okay, and I guess the Antutu benchmark score will be something like 18 or 19K. So not on the performance level of the LG G3, so slower, but it should be quite okay for many users. Then here you can see Play App, and this is because the Play Store is blocked in China, so they have some alternative Play Stores. And yeah, also the Play Store here not working even after factory reset, so I'll probably reflash the software. And then I hope that the Play Store is working again. Yeah, all in all, it's a LG G3 lookalike, but I wouldn't use it as a daily driver because there are many bugs in the firmware. I mean, yeah, it's funny to have to play around with it, but as a really daily driver, so a smartphone I use all day long, nope, because the battery lifetime is absolutely horrible. Now, after 7 to 8 hours, it's just completely dead, sometimes after 6 hours, and I haven't used it a lot, so that shouldn't happen. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so that was just my quick review of the LG G3 clone. Feel free to visit ChinaDevices.com if you want to, and yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I really hope that I see you again in my next video. So have a nice day, and bye bye!